I wish I could have had another.
I'm trying to tell you.
Brian could hold it down.
Don't you start that sing. That's Alder, is it true?
What David? What did he say?
He said,
Good
he said
evening, Alders. This is Alder Rodriguez. I see that we've started live on YouTube. Are we starting shortly?
okay.
Okay.
Oh, well, Alden tell us. Okay, so we're gonna get started. Thank you everybody for coming tonight. Yeah, we're being recorded now. Okay, the Black and Hispanic Caucus, March the 10th, 2021. Church, City Hall, 165 Church Street, New Haven. We're gonna call our meeting to order. And we're gonna do our attendance. Could everyone say who is here? So I'll start with myself, Alder Clyburn, Ward 20.
Ward 2, Frank Douglas.
Alder Wingate, Ward 29.
Ward 5, Alder Singh.
Ward 22, Jeanette Morrison.
Ward 16, Alder Jose Crespo.
Alder 15, Alder Ernie Santiago.
Ward 6, Alder Carmen Rodriguez.
Ward 30, Alder Honda Smith.
Okay, so we have 9 in attendance today from the Black and Hispanic Caucus. I thought I seen in the participant Alder Sal DeCola. I think I seen him. Alder Sal DeCola, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, as guests. Okay. All right, let's start our ground rules. So it's, our secretary is not here. Okay, so our ground rules, we will respect each other and we will speak, 2 minutes when we're talking on any item we're talking about when we're doing our discussion. So our president is not here to do our Yale University follow-up. So again, we'll have to wait on that. And so our donations, the secretary is not here. I wanted her to share something with us tonight.
Madam Chair.
Yes.
When you say the Yale piece.
Yale University job follow-up.
Right. So there's different components, right? I know that that the unions are doing various things, but and as I told you all last month, I had a meeting in Dixville that talked about to help residents learn how to apply for a Yale University job. And I think there's other alders that will be doing that. And so if that's the case, it would be good to know what their dates are. So if any of us wanted to participate or share it with our constituents, that would be ideal for people to know.
Yeah, well, we did ours. They're reaching out. There's a young lady, I don't know her name. Brian, you may know her. She's reaching out to the alders. So she did reach out to Alder Edwards and myself. So I'm sure she will reach out to the other alders.
Do you guys have a date?
I'm sure we do. Brian, do we have the date?
Can I?
Okay, yes.
Madam Chair, can I speak on this? This particular item that's before us is about the new New Haven works along with the agreement with the Board of Alders. That's what this item is about. This is not about the item that
Alder Morrison spoke
yeah,
about.
that she's talking about. That's
Yes,
two different
that's
items.
correct.
That's
That's
two different
correct.
items. That's two different items. That's two different buckets. So
Yes.
so I would defer that to Madam
I
President.
apologize.
I would defer that to Madam President to really speak on that. But I do know that this agenda item is clearly about what they've been doing. That's not
Yeah.
about what we're doing.
Okay, that is
Okay.
true. Okay. All righty. So we gonna pass our donation request because we're not doing any, and we should have a guest with us tonight too, Kelly Moreau from the 29th Regiment. So I guess Al will let us know when she comes on because she's gonna talk with us about the participating with them for the Juneteenth program, okay? All right, so we'll go to old business. And under our old business, before I go to old business, is there anything else anyone want to say?
Madam Chair, our president is trying to get in.
Okay, we'll wait for her, yes.
She's trying to get in now.
Oh, okay.
I just got in.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, Madam President.
Hello.
How are you? Now, tonight we were waiting for the Yale University jobs follow-up that you could tell us about.
Yeah, I was listening to you. It just take a little while to get into the actual meeting.
Okay.
So we met with the university to see where they were with fulfilling the job agreement. They're exactly where they was before. They haven't fulfilled the original agreement, nor did they fulfill the other things that they said it was going to do. They talked a lot about pathways that was supposed to get people into positions, but those pathways, 16 people graduated the program and they only placed one. So to make a long story really short, the message that was delivered to the university is if they were really interested in getting people from the neighborhoods of needs into these jobs, they need to be looking at it totally different. And I heard you talking about, you know, what Fallon Thomas will be doing, reaching out to people. And I guess that's a great opportunity for people to learn how to do the application. But I remember back a couple of years ago when they had over 1,000 people standing outside of Woolsey Hall to fill out applications and get a job, and it didn't really yield anything. And, you know, we're going to have tons of people learning how to fill out the application, but what is Yale's real commitment to actually placing them into jobs? So I think that where we left it was we weren't going to continue meeting and continue developing pathways that's not leading to success for people, and that the university needed to make a decision on what they wanted to do because they didn't fulfill the agreement. And the next step isn't having these private meetings, it's actually coming before the Board of Alders in a public meeting like before. And they really don't want to do that. So we're going to be having a follow-up to everything, and they need to be producing, and I can't remember the exact number that they're short, but they need to be producing that number at a minimum. So that's where we are with the jobs piece for Yale University.
Okay. So President, Madam President, should we now, because they have not fulfilled anything, bring them back to us? Maybe it's time to bring them back like we did before.
Well, that's what I just said, but Zoom ain't gonna get it. Okay. Zoom is not the most, to me, Zoom is not the most powerful way to do that. So we need to just wait till a couple of these regulations ease up to be able to do it so that we're doing it safely, because it's a difference when you hear somebody telling you something over the phone than when somebody's looking you in your eye. So I think it has a different impact.
Okay. All right then. So we really don't know when some of the regulations will let up on us. But it should be soon because we are now in March, the 22nd, we would be doing 45 vaccines for the 45-year-old to 54. And then April, we'll be doing 35 to 44. And May, we'll be doing 16 to 34, the ages. So I guess we will be looking to bring them in maybe around that time. So, well, we will, anyone else has anything else to say on this? Any questions for our president on the Yale's University job follow-up? Okay, thank you, Madam President. If not, we'll go to our old business. And our secretary, let me see if she's here yet. Yeah. Okay, our secretary she's not on. So Alder Morrison, do you want to talk anything about the dues? Because our dues, we wanted tonight to share with you another way that we could really collect our dues as a caucus. You all tell me what you think.
Looking forward to hearing that process.
Yeah. Well, this is something I thought of. You all tell me what you think about it, because I think we should really continue as a caucus to take our dues. I know we talked about last month, just letting it go, but I just want to share with you some thoughts of mine. I think we should take them. And another way we could do our dues is send them in. I'm trying to think of this way we could send because we have a bank. We have our bank is what now, Jeanette? Alder Morrison, what is our bank name again?
We have People's Bank.
Yeah. So would they have something like Cash App or something where we could just send our dues in like that, and then we would let you know?
Alder Clyburn, can I be just frank with you? It's not about that. The people that have, well, two things. One, we did vote back in January that we're gonna hold the dues off until the pandemic has been
I know that
lifted, right? But the issue is not that. You just have some people who refuse to pay. It's not that they don't have the money, or maybe it is that they don't have the money. I know I have for years and years and years went to various people on this committee, asked them for their $10, and they whatever. And so it's not about the fact that they don't have a way. Maybe during this pandemic, that way is a little different because we're not face to face. But the reality is, the reason why we voted to put it on hold is with the hope that all the people that need to catch up from last year, the year before, the year before, the year before will pay. And so this kind of gave everybody like a little hiatus before the requirement is back in flow. So
right. But since we have, I see, looking at the participants, it's a lot of us here tonight. I wanted to bring that thought to us just to see what everybody thought, because I feel like we still should, pay our dues. So,
Madam Chair?
Yes.
It's Alder Crespo. I just wanted to pretty much agree with Madam President Pro Tem, because we do have the means of getting the funds or getting the monthly dues. We certainly know how to do that. We can either submit the check or the money to either Al, the President Pro Tem. But it's just a matter of the folks that are not willing or unable to provide their dues. And I agree with you as well. I agree. So I agree with both of you. The fact that it gave us a grace period to catch up on our dues. And then for those that are already caught up, they're just waiting to then provide whatever is next. But I guess it's just a matter of understanding if we're gonna, now that we're in the pandemic, or now that we're still in the pandemic yet again, do we want to go ahead and still extend that grace period further until things calm down a little bit? I mean, I guess that's just my question.
Okay, would you like to, our secretary is not here, right? So would you like to keep the queue? Because I would like to hear what the other members are saying about this.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
Not about paying them, but paying as Cash App, do a Cash App, so we won't have to worry about checks or whatever, or coming down. I know some of the alders do come down at different times, but that's another way we could do that.
And Madam Chair, I do see the president's hand up.
Yes.
Thank you. So I guess my question is, so we decided to, well, the caucus decided to take this hiatus to get people caught up. Did people get caught up? Because if not, then when, I guess, are they going to get caught up? Because we took this time out to give people an opportunity, you said, to catch up, but is it actually working? Is people actually catching up?
I don't think it's working. Alder or Morrison would be able to say if anyone else paid the dues, because or not. So Alder, because she would know that, because they would tell her about it once they paid them. So I don't think it's working, but I think we should not pay dues, because we are a caucus and our dues are very much needed when it's time to support one another. So I really think we should follow through. I know I still would like to pay my dues. And I just
Madam
want
Chair?
to get, yes.
I'm not sure if President Pro Tem would like to answer some of the questions to President Walker Byers' questions. So maybe we want to give an opportunity.
Okay.
So thank you. So a couple of things. No, Madam President, people have not caught up. Two, and this is just for clarity, Madam Chair, as a caucus in January, we already made that decision. And so I'm just trying to understand, we made that decision because people have various things going on and people aren't comfortable. Everyone's not comfortable with sharing what's going on with them.
And
so
they don't have to.
Right. And so instead of, fighting with people around, their money, that's why the whole world is giving these different allowances. We already made that decision. Now, at the same time, I have had people come to me that said that they're still going to pay their dues because they know that we need it. Now, I wasn't going to say that, but when you brought that up and said that you still want to pay your dues, by all means, if you want to pay your dues, please do. But for those of us who want to take advantage of the hiatus, people should be able to take advantage of the hiatus and not feel bad about it. So
nobody, believe me, I never want anyone to feel bad about money in any way.
I'm not, Alder. I am not saying that you do. That is not what I'm saying.
Okay.
What I'm saying is that I was not going to bring up the fact that people have come to me and said that they are still going to give me money as in relation to their dues. But I also want those that aren't able to do that, that probably have a willing heart, but unable to do that. I don't want them to feel bad at the fact that there are people that might continue with this process. So I'm not saying that you're trying to make people feel bad or anything. I just want people to know that that's the reason why we decided to take this break.
And going back to Madam President, I know you still have the floor. Going back to your question, no, it did not work. So that's why I want to ask the caucus, should we go forward now? This did not work, so should we go forward? I just wanted to hear from everyone.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yeah, so, okay. So, I mean, we vote on things, we can re-vote on things. That's the process. So I guess my second question would be, if it didn't work, what is the plan around either getting the people that for whatever reason didn't catch up? Like, is it going to be a second conversation with them about the intention? Because if the intention was to give people a break so that others could catch up, if it's not working, what is the plan? Because we're going to be talking about this where they're just like, forget it, don't worry about that, everybody start new tomorrow. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out whether one is working and what we're going to do.
You're breaking up, Madam President. I hear you. The last word I heard you said, what we're going to do.
Yes, like what is the plan around what if the plan was to give people a chance to catch up? If that is not working, what is the plan to get them to catch up? Because we're going to continue to have this conversation.
Well, hopefully we don't continue to have this conversation over, because we don't know what they want to do. But I would like to, as chair, say, I feel like we need to go on. Those who are willing to be a part, to go on, to pay our dues, I think we should have that. We should pay them. And we got to remember, when we are going to come back, and remember, when our dues are not paid up, then when something is needed, then you don't have a right or to ask anyone else to ask for money for you. So I think the plan is we should go forward with the dues on who want to. That's what I think.
I have my hand up. I don't see if Alder Crespo sees it.
Yes, ma'am. I did. I was actually scrolling, and
I don't want to spend a lot of time on this. I want us to vote. I want to hear from everybody.
Madam Chair, I do see Alder President Pro Temp's hand.
All right.
So this is the thing. I'm all due respect, Madam Chair. We haven't given it any time. We just voted mid-January, and this is mid-March. So we haven't even given it any time.
Well, can we hear from those who want time? I need to hear from all the members.
Madam President, Madam Chair, I put my hand up, and so I think I have a right to say whatever it is that I want to say.
Yeah, that's correct.
Regarding this topic, right? And so what I'm saying is that people, we voted. And so if people want to pay, no one doesn't have to get permission to pay. That's the piece. If you want to pay or whoever wants to pay, they should. Right now in my life, I don't want to pay because that's not required. Right this second, I don't want to pay. So I feel like pressure is being placed on me as a member of this caucus that to say, well, maybe we should pay. As far as a plan, as Madam President asked about a plan, the plan is all you can do is ask people to pay. And if they don't pay, like you said, Madam Chair, they can't ask for money for their award and they can't ask anyone to ask for money. And so the reality is, more than likely, the same people who have not paid might never pay. And that's okay too, I guess. They're still Black or Hispanic, and they're still a member of the board, and they're still a member of the Black and Hispanic Caucus. They just don't have any voting rights if they don't pay. So that's all I want to say about the topic. Thank you.
Madam Chair, I look at the participants and I see Alder Wingate's hand up.
Yes.
Thank you. You asked for suggestions, right?
Yes.
So first of all, nothing has changed in reference to why we did this, right? Like why we did this, we was in a pandemic and we still in the pandemic, right? And we were, unacceptable to see each other or be around each other on a regular basis to like give the money or whatever, right? So my thing is, for a suggestion, let's give a timeline if that's the case for those who can afford it, for those who's willing, for those who have the monies to participate in this process, right? We will be going back to City Hall, right? Like that's happening, right? Like at some point, the guidelines will be uplifted, restrictions is going to come down, and we will be able to see each other again in reference to just business of the alders, right? And for those who wants to participate in paying the monies, that's what they should do. For those who don't, won't have a vote. But nothing has changed in reference to the vote that we voted on. We voted on it because we was in a pandemic, that we still in the pandemic, right? So when the guidelines are restricted, loosen up some, and we start going down to City Hall again, perhaps one of the items, the first meeting is to tell everybody if they want to participate is have their dues. For those who can afford it, the ones who want to be a part of it, have your dues. That's my suggestion.
Madam Chair, I'm in the queue.
Yes.
If I may,
Yes.
I just wanted I agree with the committee in the sense that I agree with Madam President Pro Temp, Madam President, Alder Wingate, yourself. There's opportunity for folks that if they can give, they should absolutely be, able to give without any question. For those that cannot, those who are unwilling or just who simply just cannot afford it at this time, for whatever reason, there's many different underlying variables that we're not privy to. So this is just my suggestion as a tax abatement chair. Maybe we can come up with some sort of strategy to try to look at their their dues and their interests, if you will, and see if we can just say, you know what, let's forgive, let's have them for, let's forgive the interest, let's forgive the dues, and then let's just have an opportunity to start in a clean slate. And then going forward, folks can then re-engage. Maybe the penalty is, okay, for those who owe, I don't know, 100, 200, 300, 400 bucks or whatnot, you just pay 20 bucks and you're reinstated, what have you, whatever the committee decides to do. Or just simply, forgive the entire thing and then start from scratch. And then those who are willing to commit going forward, they can start making payments. But I do also agree with the fact that since I've been in this body of Board of Alders, the Black and Hispanic Caucus have had it where it is exclusively a privilege for anybody who is up to par with their dues, that they can vote or make a suggestion or ask for a particular item to be heard and whatnot. So I think by giving opportunity to forgive and having folks start from scratch, maybe that'll allow them to now be able to start without any, without any burden, like, oh my God, how am I going to give you 30 bucks, 100 bucks, 50 bucks, whatever they owe. I know that all of us up to this point, we owe. Normally, and President Pro Temp can vouch that I learned from, our predecessor, Alder Cologne, former Alderwoman Cologne, that the first thing she was teaching me was, on the 1st of January, grab your checkbook and just write out for the entire year 120 and give it in. Some of us can do that, some of us can't. I've had the practice of trying to do that, just to get it over with, because I want to ensure that I was up to date. But now, even up to this point, I myself, I do have a rearage that I have to, cough up eventually. But again, I'm willing to also continue paying. I don't mind at all paying. And I also wanted to say that I don't mind sponsoring someone. If there's a particular alder that needs help, I don't mind also saying, you know what, let me go ahead and, hey, you know what, here's $30, here's $40, put that into your account, or put that as part of your dues. And now you're up to par with all of us. That's just my suggestion. And then I wanted to also recognize that Mr. Majority Leader's hand was up.
Yes.
But really not.
May I?
To be able to Greenway Network, a disparate set of.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Finally.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Alder Crespo. I agree with everything that's being said, and I think that we've got some good suggestions on the table.
Mr. Majority, just a point of order. If Madam Chair, if through you, if the folks can just mute themselves so that we can hear the Majority Leader.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I think there's some excellent suggestions that are on the table. The one thing that I have often wondered why we do this practice is, I think that since we're spending so much time on the dues, I think that one thing that we should maybe consider as a caucus, because there are many that just don't come to the meetings. And I think the reason why they don't come to the meetings is because we don't really have an agenda. So I think that one thing that we should maybe focus on, which would maybe spur people to want to give, is to create a solid agenda that we are actively pursuing. And the last thing that I would say is that I often wondered why the dues carries over from term to term. And so if an alder did not pay dues from the last term and did not have a vote, and then we come into the new term, why are we carrying over the dues from the previous term? That should be finished. If the term is over, the alder did not have a voice or did not have a vote, with the new term, things should start over again. That's just my opinion. And with that, I yield back to you, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, I also noticed Alder Evelyn Rodriguez's hand up.
Okay, yes, I would like to answer Alder Furlow. I wanted Alder Furlow to know the secretary did send out information to the 22 of us for certain things that you would like to work on, that you wanted the Black and Hispanic Caucus to work on, to send that information back to her. Now, if they wanted to send some information back to her on something that they would like to work on, to see us, that they had an idea that we could work on together collectively, then they should have said that to her. Send an email back to the secretary to let her know. And second of all, the other thing is, when you talked about the dues, that's a good idea. Okay, we'll be forgiven for 20, but we got to start somewhere. We can't just use the pandemic as a reason. I think with our dues, if we had Cash App, whoever wanted to pay them could pay them and let the the treasurer know. So that's what I want to say.
Well, in all due respect, Madam Chair, I didn't mention the pandemic. I don't think that has anything to do with, with our ability to pay dues. That's something that was decided on by this caucus, and the vote was favorable.
Yeah.
My question was, Yeah, my question was why are previous terms included in?
Right.
And I thought that maybe that would be an incentive that once our term is over, as everything starts new and as elections are new, you don't get to carry over your position from the previous term. You have to be voted back in again. So that should maybe be a consideration that all things are started new again. And as far as the things coming in, I feel that some of the decisions as far as what this caucus should work on should really come from its leadership.
Okay.
And then when the leadership begins to function strong, then I think that maybe perhaps some will come and then be able to add on to what the leadership is doing. And and I don't mean that to be offensive in any way. Please understand, I'm just making an observation, because our attendance has dropped off considerably for various reasons, and just a way to gain some momentum around our other colleagues participating. And they may not know what they want to do, but are willing to join in once things are in motion. Yep, and I submit that to you as respectfully as I can, Madam Chair.
Oh, yes, and I received that. And okay, I do have some things that I would like to introduce to us that we could work on. Yes, thank you. And tonight, according is 15 of us tonight and one guest. So that's why, people are here. So I wanted to hear from them. We don't want to spend all night on our dues. So I know we have on the queue now.
Alder Rodriguez.
Alder Rodriguez.
And I also noticed that Alder Santiago has his hand up as well.
Okay.
I'd like to share a few things, and I want to say, first of all, I want to say, my family received a beautiful card from the Black and Hispanic Caucus and a nice donation that was very helpful from the Black and Hispanic Caucus. The work that comes out of the Black and Hispanic Caucus is really about the heart of the alders. And when we produce a due, which is a part of us as members, we kind of like indicate that we have a stake in it, that we're even willing to find just a little bit of money from our own pockets to put in this. I think personally, the idea of the dues is a good thing because we have something to do something with. And sad to say, in the Board of Alders, there's been a lot of pain. And it's kind of nice when you get a little something from your own colleagues. And the Black and Hispanic Caucus provides that opportunity. The other thing that I want to share that is important is that individuals who have been faithful to their dues, they should not be excluded of including someone from their ward that needs help, or being able to receive something because they had a moment of hardship at this time for whatever good cause. I think we need to, the treasurer holds very good records, and they know who's been faithful to the dues and who's been able to pay them. And I think that needs to be considered. Thank you, Chair.
You're welcome. Alder Presco, is there anyone else?
Yes, ma'am. Madam Chair, I also see that Alder Santiago's hand is up.
Okay.
Okay. Can I talk?
Yes.
Okay, can you guys hear me? All right. I hear a lot of things, and first of all, every meeting we spend too much time on this, on the dues. I mean, forgive me if I'm too frank, but I think we waste too much time on this. That's why sometimes people don't even come to the meetings. because we waste a lot of time in things that we already voted on, first of all. And to Madam Chair, I agree with you. Whoever wants to pay, they could pay. We never said that whoever wants to pay, not to pay. So we're going in circles on that. Something that is logic. If you could pay, are able to pay, and want to pay, nobody has said don't pay. Now, what Alder Furlow said, that maybe it's a new year, new term, we forgive him. I kind of disagree, because remember, we collect the money throughout the year, and most of it is spent the following year. So let's say I only pay $20 for this year, then come next year, next spring, I start asking for money for I pay the first couple of months, and I start asking money for the little leagues, even though that money is collected the year before. So we have to come up with something better than that, because to me, it's not fair. And like I said, we got to work on it, because my years here, we spend the money on the following year, not the same year. So we have to work on it. And we have to spend less time on this, because it's been already it's 7 o'clock. And all we talk about the dues, going over and over what we talked before, 3 months ago, 4 months ago. And, we have to get this on a grasp from this. So we don't, honestly, sometimes I don't come to me because of this. We waste too much time. Even though I'm home, I could do, I'm being honest. So let's try to get it together better. And maybe the treasurer or something make calls or whatever. Just we wasting too much time on this. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Madam Chair, just a point of clarity. I just wanted to clarify that Mr. Majority Leader did state that when the term is over, not the year, when the term is over, when the new term begins, that the old dues should expire, and it shouldn't be tied with the new term. Just a point of clarity.
But what if you get reelected?
Right. If you get reelected, it's still a new term. So I agree with what you're saying, Alder Santiago, but I also see the perspective from Alder Furlow.
Yeah, but come same thing. If you get reelected, you still didn't pay, and you could get money out of that. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Madam Chair, the floor is yours.
Oh, okay. All right then. So I've heard everything. Well, I would like to say this last month, we did not spend a lot of time on our dues. We did not. So, but I would like to say, as a chair, I feel like we have a bank account. We do have such thing as a cash app. And so those who would like to do their dues should be able to do them. And that would be one way. And then when we pay them, we just tell the treasurer, that we put our money in for our dues. So it's 15 members here tonight. Only a few of us did talk. So I would like to make a vote. I would like someone to, we should make a vote tonight that whoever would like to pay their dues, hopefully if by cash app, so we don't have to worry about being connected to anyone to do it. So we could pay whoever would like to. That's what I would like to put on the floor now.
Point of order, Madam Chair. I'm a little confused, because I don't know why we would have to vote on someone wanting to donate their money. Like I said, I've had people.
No, because we voted in January, like you said, to let everybody catch up. So those
exactly. But what I'm saying to you is, okay, we voted to say no one doesn't have to pay. But if anybody wanted to donate, they donate. You see what I mean? So like the couple of alders that called me, I have no problems with going to people's house, meeting them at the park, meeting them
Yeah, but
wherever to pick up their money. I don't understand why we have to vote on that. I
was
just
thinking
wanted clarity.
a new way to do our dues is Cash App. That's all I
But
was saying.
And Cash
So we
App
don't
is
have
very
to.
expensive, so that you know, Alder, very
Oh, it is?
expensive.
Mhm. Oh,
So-
our bank, how much would our bank have to pay? What would, you know,
I'm
how
not
much?
exactly sure, but I know that every time someone sends me a Cash App to me,
Okay,
half my money is going, it seems like to me.
okay. So, so we can get off the dues, so we can go to our next agenda, which would be your report. Knowing that we, you know, really don't have a report yet, only, so I still would like to say who was 15 of us on this call tonight, who would like on this Zoom meeting of the Black and Hispanic Caucus would like to pay their dues. That's what I would like to know.
Not me. I've been giving my money to other people in the community
Okay.
that's been
All right.
in
Okay,
need.
that's you. Anyone else?
Madam
Anyone
Chair?
else tonight?
Yep, I'll pay my dues, Madam Chair.
Okay, it's 15 of us, so that's 3 of us. I will pay mine. Anyone else?
Madam Chair, I will pay my dues.
Okay,
May I, Madam Chair?
yes,
I will collect with Alder Merson and pay my dues. Thank you.
okay.
Madam Chair, I've been giving up my whole Alder's check to my community, so I'm gonna pass.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I have my hand up. I don't know if you see it. I'm trying to get on the queue. I don't know. Are we raising
Okay,
our hands?
Alder Crespo, do you
Sorry,
see the
Madam
queue?
President. Yep, I did not realize that your hand was up again. I do apologize, Madam President.
That's okay. Thank you. Madam Chair, I don't really think it's necessary to find out who want to pay their dues on this call. I just don't think it's necessary. I actually think that everybody is talking past each other because they're holding up on a position on what should happen. I think that it's really simple. Even the Cash App thing is simple. You don't have to take the money right away. You can get it the next business day and it don't cost you anything. I don't think it's necessary to find out who's going to pay today. If somebody's going to pay, they're going to pay and they're going to figure out how to do it. Because I don't think it's necessary for people to have to say, yes, I'm going to pay today, or no, I'm not going to pay. Because then that defeats the purpose of what I believe people were trying to do in the beginning. I thought it was to spare people that didn't have it to pay, but now it seems like it's getting into a if I want to or if I don't think. So I think we shouldn't even be doing it that way.
Because
and we have a guest.
Okay, all right, then okay, our guest here. Al said he was telling me when Miss Kelly Monroe would come. Is they here? Is she here? Because our guest tonight is Sal. He's one of our guests. That's what, because it's 16 altogether of alders, but it's 15 of us that's a part of the Black and Hispanic Caucus and pay dues. So, but anyway, I wasn't doing it that way. I just wanted to know with us, is more us here tonight if we want to continue or we want to stay where we are, not doing anything. See, this is where I'm at with it. Should we do nothing or should we go forward? That's where I am. So if we went forward, President Myers, I would like to say, if we want to go forward, we should go forward. We should have access to a Cash App. That's all I'm saying.
Madam Chair?
Yes.
I just wanted to, because I believe we've beat this horse enough, I think that the best course of action at this time would be for the secretary to follow up.
I couldn't hear. I heard you say secretary. I couldn't hear you, Alder Presco.
I think he got kicked out.
Oh, okay. Well, so Madam President, I will take what you say and we'll just leave it. And whoever wants to pay their dues, we should have that. We should pay because we want to. All
Madam
righty.
President, Madam Chair,
Yeah.
I believe our colleague Alder Carmen Rodriguez have her hand up.
Oh, okay. And then after her, we'll go on. We'll move on. Alder Carmen Rodriguez.
You're on mute.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just for clarification, and I definitely want to move on because we have a guest. The previous time we voted that once we were open, we would, depending on the date in the month, let's say 2021, we would start with the monthly when that month opened. And then given the opportunity, and we voted on this, we had decided that we would be, trying to catch up as things got better. But then moving forward, when the city opened up, we would definitely start the 2021. So that was just some clarification. I know we had that when we first voted. And then if, that could be a conversation moving forward with letters to folks in the committee. I agree with everyone respectfully that we definitely want to invite our guests and move forward with the agenda with all due respect.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay. Alder Crespo, could you see our guest is Miss Kelly Monroe here?
Madam Chair, I don't have the agenda in front of me and I can't really see.
No, I was just wondering, is our guest here? Al said he would tell me when she was here, when she came on.
Right, but I don't know where the gala falls. Does that fall under
I
new
have it.
business
I
or
have the
old business?
agenda before me. I just wanted to know if our guest was here. I wanted to give her a chance.
No,
And then
ma'am.
I don't,
Pardon
okay, I
me?
can't see.
What did you say, Al? Is she here?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so we will continue. So the next thing is our treasure report. And then after that would be our fundraising committee and then the gala.
There's no written document. There has been no
Okay.
changes, no money moved at all.
Okay, all right. So anything under the our fundraising committee? Okay, if not, we'll move on to the gala. That's next.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair. So as far as the gala for 2021, as we missed last year, and I've been getting a lot of notices from different organizations asking us about that annual donation we give them, and it's so heartbreaking to have to tell them that we don't have it this year. So going forward, because we don't know where things are with the pandemic, we don't know where things will be as far as number of people being able to be gathered. And at the same time, with our gala, we always do 500 plus people easy. And so most people probably won't feel too comfortable about coming into a space such as that. So in looking at the different various ways that things are being done via Zoom, things of that sort, that is one of the ways that we're looking at doing the actual gala. I want to back up a little bit. This year is the 10th year. Even though we didn't have the 9th actual gala, this is the 10th anniversary. So we really will be focusing on that number 10. And so one of the things as a committee we need to start doing, and usually I have this conversation in April, but because we're doubling the number of honorees, I wanted to bring it up now and ask folks to start looking at different individuals and groups that they think that would be that I think everyone.
Oh,
Sorry. Groups, individuals who we would like to honor on our 10th anniversary of the Black and Hispanic Caucus recognition gala. And so for next month, if we can start, folks start putting, emailing Al with the different names that you might be thinking about. What we want to do in April's meeting is to start looking at that list. And if other names come up, add those to it. And then in May, vote on who we would like to honor. So in going back to the venue component, again, because we can't bring, in my mind, we can't bring 540 people together. One of the ways that in talking to the office, talking with Al, and different ones, we're looking at possibly doing something twofold. So what we would think about is doing something via Zoom, as I said, but also be able to have like a smaller come together. So if we're looking at our 10 honorees and they have a guest and we have 30 alders and we have a guest, basically coming up to about 100 people, looking at doing something maybe at the new Q House building, since it will be open, and then also looking at how we can take the money and help our small businesses here in the city. As far as food is concerned, I know a lot of you went to the NAACP fundraiser, and the way that they set things up, you were able to get a meal, from Sandra's with your ticket, things of that sort. So we're kind of thinking about that same thing, looking at a couple of soul food restaurants and a couple of Spanish restaurants where we can look to donate funding to all of them to again, stimulate the economy. We spend probably about, not having the paper in front of me, we spend at least $25,000 just on the bill for Anthony's, for the food. So if we can take that money or even half of that money and put it back into our community and back into utilizing like the restaurants, that would be, I think that would be a great thing for us to do, and to also look at how we might be able to make some type of donation to like fish or the Connecticut Food Bank or something like that. Again, taking that money that usually people would pay to us and we would pay to Anthony's, and put it throughout the community. So these are the things that we're thinking about. Nothing's locked in stone. I always tell folks, whatever part you want to be involved in, suggestions, actually, boots to the ground, whatever it is that you want to do. I just wanted to provide an outline of what the thought pattern is. And this is something that I've already ran by our chair in regards to that platform. So I wanted to put that out there and, ask whatever questions people may have. And again, nothing is in stone, nothing is fully thought out. It's more so of a concept. That's why I'm bringing it up in March instead of waiting until April, May. So Alder Crespo, you have anyone on the queue? I can't see.
oh. Let me go over here. Alder Presco or Al, do you see anybody on the queue? Oh, we have, I don't know if this was from before, but Alder Wingate, I see a hand for him.
Yes.
Also,
Yes, my
Alder,
hand is up.
okay. Mm-hmm.
Well, she answered at the end. My actual question was this written in stone, considering that this is a big one, the 10th one for the Black and Hispanic Caucus. I think that we should just wait as much as we can in reference to see what the guidelines are going to be for the coronavirus, because once again we are still in a pandemic. So I don't want to water down what we've been doing in the past in any kind of way. So I'm glad that these are just how can I say, suggestions, and nothing is in concrete. Thank you.
Okay. Alder Carmen Rodriguez.
Madam Chair, do you want me to respond?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Please forgive me.
So, Alder Wingate, in regards to the water down, the problem is we have to give up a lot of money. As we all know, the city has shut Anthony's down. Like,
can't hear you.
I'm sorry. As we all know, the city has shut it down like 100 times. So they're really going to be looking for a deposit from us. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm scared. I'm scared for us to touch our little nest egg that we have, and we not make our money back and be able to do all the things that we've always done. Because the reality is, yeah, we love the old great party. No one likes a better party than me. But at the same time, we want to be able to get that money so we can put it out into the community. And so if people are willing, and that's why who we select is so important. If people are willing to buy these tickets and so we can push that money out into the community, I think that's the win. So, but again, nothing's locked in stone, but we're running, out of time. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Mm-hmm. Alder Evelyn Rodriguez.
Thank you. Anthony Ocean's View is a beautiful place, and I believe a lot of people have bought me tickets specifically, not only to donate, but also the location. So I understand the pandemic, and I understand a lot of things, and I understand the Q House is going to be a beautiful place that we can inaugurate, even in terms of community-wise and the work that we do. However, we've had a relationship with Anthony Ocean View. We should really be very careful, because in the long run, we don't know what can transpire. So it's just something to consider, our relationship with that place, where we have gained and they have also gained. Thank you.
Okay, Alder Morrison, did you want to respond or?
Oh, there wasn't anything to respond to.
All right. Okay. All right, then we'll move on. We'll go now to the Board of Alders agenda for March the 15th, 2021.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So on the agenda is under unanimous consent is the regular, hold on, let me pull it up, is the regular tax abatement, the regular. And then under second readings is automatic affairs, so it's appointments, and it's leave to withdrawals. And then Health and Human Services, put my glasses on, Health and Human Services, Alder Saban, submitted a resolution, and this was small, submitted a resolution, and they actually had a public hearing on it. And then it is the grant for the home visiting services, and then tax abatements, and then I believe it is this, I don't have this right. I only took half of this picture. I believe the Antillian Manor is up there as well. They had a hearing at tax abatements about the Antillian Manor, which is 100% affordable housing development. Carabetta is now going to be the developer. They used to be the just the manager, but now they're going to be the developers. 100% affordable. They go by 50% or less of AMI. It's 31 families. They're going to be doing a rehab. Right now, it looks like a jail, but they're going to be transforming it. The community was very involved with how it's going to look. We had numerous meetings. I sat on the board because it used to be a co-op. They still have actually one person that was a part of the original co-op that still lived there. She was the chair of the board. We had legal aid involved in LCI. They actually went to the state, that they got funding from everywhere and anywhere that they could, so that they can actually, have a successful project. And the vouchers are attached to the apartment. So right now, all the residents are relocated somewhere else, and they'll be coming back. And if they choose not to come back, that's up to them. They'll be paying the full rent where they are, but the voucher will come back to the development. Mm-hmm. And I think that was the last thing on the agenda. Yep. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay. Thank you. Oh, I heard someone. I heard someone say something. But thank you, Madam Chair, for that report, giving us the agenda items. Thank you. Okay, so if there's no questions to our president on the agenda for March the 15th, 2021, we'll move on to the next thing is on new business is the March. For March, we always have HBCU program. Madam Alder Jeanette Morrison.
Yes.
Awareness Month.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair. Yes, the month of March has been coined to be the HBCU Awareness Month. Mm-hmm. And for the last 3 years, we've partnered with the New Haven Free Public Library on the showing or the viewing of the HBCU documentary, We Are Rising. I'm still working with the library. Everyone's all out of sorts now. I'm just trying to see how can we, or how can the library do a showing via something, right? So some type of link that we can send out to the masses and ask people to look at that again in respect to HBCU Awareness Month. So I'm going to have to get back to everyone on that. More than likely, I'll send out an email, but we're going to do something before the month is out and to pay homage to the HBCU.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Okay, Juneteenth will be coming up, and we thought Miss Kelly Monroe would be with us from the 29th Regiment, but we will be celebrating Juneteenth, the Black and Hispanic Caucus. Also, I would like to know if you know, anyone, if you want to participate, you could let Al know about that. So the next thing, we will be doing our state of city address. That will be done April we will do that. Let's see. I think I said, we usually, the second meeting, that's April. Oh, let me see. That's April the 19th. Is that when you did it, Madam President, April 19th last year? Our second meeting in April?
I don't know if it was the 19th, but it's the second meeting in April, yes.
Okay, so it will be the April 19th this year. That's the second meeting that we will have for this year, 2021, our state of city address. So if anyone wanted to have any input in that, they can also let Al know. So any other business? If not, our next meeting will be April the 14th.
Madam Chair, before you adjourn, I just want to give Alder Frank Douglas another shout out for his birthday today. Happy birthday, Frank. Happy birthday, Alder Douglas. I wish we was at our normal place. Hopefully next year after the pandemic, we'll get back to it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Happy Alder
Alder.
Douglas.
Yeah,
Happy
birthday.
Celebrate
Thank
the
you
life.
all. Thank you.
Vive la vida.
Okay. All right, a motion.
Vive la vida.
Okay. A motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
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 All right, we're adjourned. Thank you all
Good
for
night,
tonight.
everybody.
Good night.
Yeah, I get out of here.